Today, I'm going to throw you a financial pity party. That's right. The data suggests that you deserve a financial pity party. The data says you have been financially screwed because of your parents. You were just simply born wrong. You were screwed from the moment you opened your eyes into this cruel, sad world. Your life already over before it's even begun. Starting with question number 1. Were you born into a successful country? Look, there are a lot of countries around the world, but I do want to set a benchmark, and that benchmark is the United States. While there are a lot of countries around the world, there aren't that many countries as wealthy as the United States on a per capita basis. If you're born into a poor country, you're very unlikely to succeed long term. In a lot of poor countries, the best way forward is literally to leave, to contribute to brain drain, make some money, leave your poor country behind, and go somewhere that will better reward your success. If you're already born into a struggling country, you're aware of this terrible situation. But for people born into wealthier countries, how are you guys going to enjoy a pity party? You're already set up for success geographically speaking. Every country around the world has a wealth gap. In Europe, it's a little nicer. In the United States, which is the country we're going to look at, it's not so nice. Federal Reserve data indicates that the bottom 50% of people in society share 3.3% of the overall wealth in society. So if you imagine a pie that represents all the wealth in the United States, a sliver of it, 3.3% of it, is shared with the bottom 50% of people. The 50 to 90% get 28.7% of the wealth, or in this example, 28.7% of the pie. And if you're born into the top 10% of households in the United States, you have access to about 66% of the wealth in society. Congratulations! You don't really deserve a pity party when it comes to finance. Your parents are clearly doing something right. That's not to say there's not areas for improvement, but they're doing well. On the other hand, you might still qualify for a pity party around parental abuse and neglect. Yep, even rich households have to deal with that one. I found this article from Business Insider, and it shows median net worth by age group. We see that even old people, 75 and older, the 50th person, the median, barely have $250,000 set aside. That might sound like a lot to you. It really isn't. For a comfortable retirement in most parts of the United States, you need $1 million or $2 million. And if you're young and watching this and you want to retire comfortably in the future, you're going to need more than $1 to $2 million because inflation is going to devour the real meaning behind $1 to $2 million. $1 to $2 million today might be the equivalent of $4 to $5 million by the time you retire. Get excited about that. If you look at the data around median net worth, it's really depressing. Most people in the United States do not have a lot of money. Being the median person actually sucks. That means most of the United States on paper is really screwed. But then the question is, how bad is it to be born to a poor family or a struggling family? If society was fair, it wouldn't matter how wealthy your parents are. Your financial future would be determined by your own merit. That would give you a 20% chance for every wealth quintile in society. So if you're born at the bottom and you have a 20% chance to be in the top 20% of society in terms of wealth, great. That is a pretty fair society. Now, we all know that's not going to be the case. If you're born to a rich family, you're going to get a nice education, you're going to have connections, you're probably going to stay in the upper portion of society. Likewise, if you're born in poverty, you're going to struggle. You have less resources available. So how big of a deal is it to be born to a struggling family? The data shows that if your parents are in the bottom quintile of society, the least wealthy 20% in all of the United States, you have a solid 60% chance of ending up in the bottom 2 quintiles. On the flip side, if you're born in the top quintile in society, you basically have it made. You have a 50% chance of remaining in the top 20% in society. And even if you do slip, you're probably just going to get into the 4th quintile in society, ending up between 60% and 80% in terms of wealth. So what does this truly mean? Well, it's very difficult for you to escape your parents' wealth bracket, even if you're born into a very successful country. For some people, that's a great thing. If you're born rich, congratulations, you're going to do fine. If you're born near the bottom, you're pretty darn screwed. Now, there are a lot of reasons why it's so hard to escape. There's no one factor in particular, but I do want to highlight one that you can control. Yes, it doesn't require money. It does require time, but it doesn't require money. When it comes to parents, they manage money in the way they know how, and they got the results that you see. If you're trying to escape and do better in society and not follow your parents' path, you have to handle money differently. You have to handle money in a way that people in higher wealth brackets do. Now, that is not easy. With that said, knowledge is power, and learning how to use money differently than your parents increases the likelihood of you escaping. After you're done with your pity party, it's time to start learning about money. Go read some books, read some articles, and subscribe to this YouTube. That's right, it's this whole thing was a pitch to subscribe. You heard me.